Bangers over here giving me the eye. We'll show you the bangers. But you're giving me the eye. You're a cutie today. Yeah, we're up in Fargo. Stopped at Shaggy Dog Wash yesterday. The Bangers got a bath and conditioning, all that good stuff. You smell pretty, don't you? Yeah. Just want you to know that that was way overdue, by the way. We got to do that more often, so I hope you enjoyed it. Well, this morning's message. Wow, I didn't know that. Wow, I bought that in Minnesota. But this morning's YouTube video comes to you by, what is this? Trader Dave's Gourmet Home Style Jam. This is, if you can see it on the label, Peach Jalapeno Jam. Oh my God, people. That is the stuff right there. So this morning for breakfast, I am having a toasted bagel. See, toasted bagel with Grand Lakes butter with canola oil on top of it, and some of that jalapeno peach jam. Pardon me while I partake in greatness. And that's good stuff. It's kind of a peachy, like a sweet and sour, with just a little burn to it. I mean, that's some good stuff right there. You know, I know everybody when they shoot these videos, and I shoot my videos raw. I mean, I just turn on the camera, I hit play, I start talking. What you see is what you get. And I know people want to hear the drama, who's pissed off at who's screwed over who, you know, the crap that they're getting, how terrible they're being treated, all these kind of things. You don't see that in my videos. The reason being is because that's not my experience out here. I'm currently at the Super Value here in Fargo being unloaded. My appointment's at 9 o'clock. I got here at 8:30. I'm in the door. You see, we're shaking and rattling around. They're unloading me right now. They'll have me unloaded by 9:30. 10 o'clock, well, my appointment's at 9. By 10 o'clock at the latest, I'll be pulling out the gate. And this is my normal thing. I've got 2 drops on this load. I got this drop here in Fargo. And as soon as I get out of here, I'm going to run over to Bismarck. And I drop in Bismarck first thing in the morning, like 6 o'clock in the morning. But the drama, the hatred, the being screwed over in life, the skinny paycheck, not making any money, breakdowns, not my experience. I love the company I work. Big plug for Magnum. Most comfortable seat in the industry. I arrived here in Fargo yesterday. I was graduating Gary. If y'all saw my last videos of Gary, was on my truck for almost 3 weeks. You know, he had previous experience. He come to us via Prime. He'd been with Prime for 90 days, then come over here to Magnum. So that's the reason why he wasn't with me for a long duration. We just basically had to teach him the Magnum system of our paperwork and our PeopleNet. And once he got all that down, he was ready to go into his own truck. You know, he got into his truck yesterday. We come in, you know, interviewed with my boss, the head of the safety department, because that's actually who I answer to. I don't answer to the production side of the company because I'm a trainer. And me and my boss, the interview was basically, we sat around and shot the shit about guns and modeling. He's a big modeler, World War II modeler. I mean, his house must look like a freaking museum. And then the boss bought me lunch. We sat around at lunch and we spoke to the new class that was in orientation that's coming in for a little bit, and told a couple of war stories, and, you know, waved the Magnum banner, all that good stuff. And then put Gary into his own truck. He got into a 16. He wanted an automatic, so they put him in an automatic. But like when he got into his truck had been plugged into an external power source, so it was warm, nice and heated, waiting on him. They had a professional detailer go throughout the entire of the truck and detail the inside of the truck. You got in the truck, it looked like a brand new truck. And once he got into the truck, he immediately pulled it into the shop. They went through a full checklist to make sure that he was absolutely 100% happy with the way the truck was all set up. And they went through and made sure that he had all the extra fluids, you know, washer fluid and coolant and oil and everything stored on the truck, so that if he needed any extra while he was out on the road, he had all the supplies necessary. They made sure he was hooked up, man. And Gary today is in his truck pulling a load to Wisconsin. Gary is doing his solo load today. Woo-hoo. You know, when you get in a truck with a trainer, as a trainer, we have a job to do. It is really not our job to be your friend. We're not out here to make friends. We're not out here to cuddle and swap spit, if you might get my drift. I got one mission, and it's turn into you in a good, safe driver, so that when we turn you loose with 80,000 pounds going down the highway, I don't have to worry about the family of four in the minivan riding next to you. That's my job. Take it real serious. Now, I will tell you, the majority of the time, 90% of the time, me and my trainees become good friends. And we talk on the phone all the time. And even after they get into their solo truck, if they ever have a question, I tell them, don't call the company. Don't let dispatchers think that you don't know what you're doing or don't know your job. Call me first. And actually, I field a lot of mentoring calls for the company. Even guys that I didn't train. Anybody that has a question about how to do their job and they're a truck driver, just give me a call. I generally field 3 or 4 of those calls a day. And they're all over the place. You just can't cover everything in training. But anyway, I know what gets people to watch these videos is the nastiness, you know. Oh, life sucks. And not my experience, man. I love my freaking life. I love this company I work for. I love the way I'm being treated. You know, pay could always be better. But to tell you the truth, I make $1,500 to $1,800 a week. I'm not getting rich, but I'm well taken care of. Got a nice benefit package to go with it. But you've heard me say in other videos, It's not all about the money to be successful. How much do you enjoy your life? That's very important. How comfortable are you? I don't have a problem in the world. Yesterday, I needed because last time I was in, I had a PM done on this truck. And I asked the mechanic if he'd lower the low beam headlights just a little bit for me, because a lot of the other drivers were complaining that I was running my high beams. So I said, can we turn those down a little bit? While I was out with Gary, the headlights were too low. At 65 mile an hour, I was outrunning my headlights. So I needed them raised back up. So I come into the shop and talk to Jeff, shop supervisor. Says, is there anybody that can adjust my headlights back up? And he goes, we're really busy. Talk to Devin over there, see if he can get to it. And I go in and talk to Devin. Now, Devin is twisted up like a tight rubber band because he's like freaking Superman, and they give him 3 times more work than any human can do. He's having one of those days. And me and him, he got a little sideways with me. Not bad, but wasn't anything to do with me. It's just underneath the pressure that he was under trying to get everything done. And he goes, driver, you're perfectly capable of doing that yourself. You can do that yourself. Well, we're drivers. We're not mechanics. We're not supposed to touch these trucks. Now, our shop here in Fargo is a lot more informal than some of our other shops. This is home base, right? So I turned around to Devin and I said, Devin, I've got my own tools on the truck. If you open that door and let me back in here, I'll sight my headlights on that door and I'll adjust them myself. I got no problem with it. If you ain't got a problem with it, I ain't got a problem with it. He's like, God love you, so back truck in there. And I did. When I got it open and got to the back of them, I did ask Devin, do you turn it to the left or do you turn it to the right to get to go up and down? And he goes, I don't know. I said, don't worry about it. I'll figure it out. So I adjusted my headlights last night. Took it for a little 5-mile cruise into the dark. Get out of town with it. Make sure they were adjusted perfect. Everything's ta-ta meow. Slept last night. Now we do have APUs on our truck, so we have our generators and our heaters, and we've got a 32-inch color TV in the truck. So I laid around watching TV and basically in my pajamas and nice and comfy, and got up this morning, took the dog for the walk in the Arctic frigid cold of North Dakota. Oh my God. It's warmed up to a balmy 5 degrees so far. Backed underneath the trailer, pulled it a whole half mile over here to the receiver, checked in the door easy as Flynn. All the people I talked to in the warehouse were super nice. We're just chit-chatting away. Life is casual. Back into the door, fixed me a little breakfast of bagels. I'm going to fix me a pot of coffee here in a minute. That's a big bite. I got more than I bargained for with that one. Some good stuff. I bought that in a truck stop in Minnesota. Wouldn't you know though? Right there on the top. I don't know if you read it. Made in Oklahoma. Of course, right? Should have known. As Okies, we like that sweet jalapeno jam. Oh, mercy. But anyway, the message I'm trying to convey this morning is I'm sorry I don't have the crap and tell you how shitty the world is in my videos. I just don't. Life is great. So, you know, there's a trade-off to go. You know, if you know, I'm at the point I've really got to make the decision. Do I go owner operator? And I'll tell you, folks, I'm struggling with that decision. I really like where I'm at. I sure would like to make that $3,000, $4,000 paycheck that I hear some of these owner operators talking about. But I'm also watching the market and what's going on right now. 6 months ago, it would have been a no-brainer. I'd be an owner operator. Today, I'm kind of like on the fence, like which way do I go here? You know, they're not running for $2.50, $3.50, $4 a mile. Right now, the spot market average is like $1.90 something, $1.94, $1.97. And if you figure that, if you're running for 76, 80% a load, you know, on a percentage being leased on with a company, you're basically running that freight for $1.50 a mile. I was told that I can get $1.50 a mile as an owner operator right here with Magnum. I may not need to go anywhere. It may be exactly the same. I don't know. I don't have to make the decision till April. But right now, I'm real happy where I'm at. I am super happy where I'm at. I love life. Love this company. Love my job. There's a couple of new YouTubers I wanted to shout out with. And I'm going to have to do it in my next video. A couple of young guys that I've been watching. And I want to share the wealth a little bit and help promote their channels. You know, they're just getting on board with YouTube. They got like less than 30 subscribers, but they're really cool cats. One of them is kind of raw, comes from a lineage. You know, his dad was a driver, his granddad was a driver. He comes from that one. And the other one is a young driver that's just all figured out, so you get kind of the best of both worlds. But I like the way they shoot their videos. They're just raw. They turn on the mic and they start talking. Oh, still got a red light. So. I can't put this down, man. This is toasted bagel. You got to have a toaster in your truck, man. Sorry, y'all gonna sit and watch you eat me breakfast. Watch you eat me breakfast. Watch me eat breakfast. So, I guess if I was going to tell you how terrible life is, it is 5 degrees outside. It's colder than a witch's tit. There ain't no doubt about that. Why do I care? It is snowing. Well, I'm sitting in a nice, warm, comfy truck. I'll turn this video off. I might even jump in the back, kick my feet up, and watch a little TV until I feel the trailer quit shaking. Life is good. Well, anyway, hope y'all have a great day. God bless each and every one of you. I'm not going to hold you up for the rest of the day. The video's gone way too long already. Y'all have a great day. Remember, you can change the world. All you got to do, man, is be simple. It's be nice to each other. Anyway, y'all have a great day. Bye-bye.